Welcome, Tel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you can join us today. We're going to be talking about the Detroit Fintech Challenge, but first let's get started by talking about your organization, Kyyba Innovations.
Kyyba Innovations. So Kyyba Innovations, Sheena, focuses on pitch club, challenges, and investment, and corporate innovation. And so with the pitch club, what we do is we have 3 entrepreneurs come and pitch on a monthly basis, and we try to do at various cities in the state. And with the challenges, Detroit Fintech Challenge is one of them. Obviously, we are focusing on fintech, we have IoT, we have mobility, we have health. And then in terms of the investment, we also invest in those companies that come out of those challenges. And then the last one is that we are working with the corporation and really help them to be more innovative and more disruptive. So that's what the whole company Kyyba Innovation does.
That's exciting.
Yes,
I love all of those facets put together there. So how and where did it get started? How long has it been around?
Well, believe it or not, it just started last year.
Wow, and already we're here.
Yes, there you go. That's so amazing. That's why I'm so excited about that journey itself. And so, so it's been a year, but we've been doing various activities since last year.
Okay, and you have a co-producer to the event, right?
Yes.
Techtown? Can you tell
Much
us about
like
that?
a movie producing, there is also co-producing for this event. So the Techtown is our, they co-produce this challenge with us, and they are based out of Detroit. They're one of the largest accelerator and incubator in the city, and they are based out of the Wayne State University campus.
Okay, great. And so why did the two of you decide to partner together?
Well, they don't have what we have, and we don't have what they have, and so it became a natural fit for us to join hands, and most importantly, do amazing things for the city and for the state, and that's why we got together.
Nice. So there's more power there when you partner with another specialist, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much you can do by yourself, right, Sheena? You know, so in this day and age, we got to be more collaborative and share resources because they are all getting limited.
Let's talk a little bit about the actual challenge, the Detroit Fintech Challenge.
So the Detroit Fintech Challenge is really to help stimulate the various corporations in that space in the city so they can collaborate and create more opportunities for the city. And then if you really look at the fintech landscape, Sheena, you would only see them happening in New York, Boston, and Chicago. Those are the 3 financial centers. So we are trying to create a new sector right here in Detroit, and that's really why this Fintech Challenge is being held.
How and why did this idea for the event get started? Tell us a little bit about those early thoughts.
So how did this come about? Obviously, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I always want to do something that nobody has done before, because that's where I get the most fun out of it, right? And somebody tells me, oh, this cannot happen. I go and prove them. Not only they are wrong, it's not about them making them wrong, it's about doing something that doesn't exist. And that's really got me going. And then also in the city itself, besides like automotive and health, if you ask people what other industry that Detroit is known for that are not capital intensive, there is not a whole lot that we can say. Obviously, we have defense, we have aerospace, but those requires a lot of capital investment. But with the fintech, with the technology that is rapidly changing, I see an opportunity in Detroit, and that's why we created this Fintech Challenge with an idea that down the road it will have a cascading effect to the system, the entrepreneurs, and create more jobs and bring more prosperity to the city and the state itself.
Wow, that's really generous. It's a generous mentality.
It is.
It awakens the energy in Detroit. I love that.
So when you give more, you get more.
That's right, and it helps everybody. That's
Absolutely.
good. How and why did this idea for the event get started? Tell us a little bit about those early thoughts.
So the overview of the challenge is really where we have, entrepreneurs, developers that are focusing on the fintech space. They work on a challenge.
Okay.
The challenge mainly comes from various corporations that are part of this challenge, and they are going to help solve their problems. That will become a business idea, and then they could launch off to it. And so this way you create more companies coming out of this challenge.
Great. So there's a problem, and then they have to come up with a solution.
You got it.
Okay, that sounds like a wonderful thing. I
Yes.
like that. So specifically, why was Detroit chosen? There are a lot of other locations that could be chosen. Why Detroit?
Personally, I've been in Detroit for a long time, so this is about more than 28 years now. And personally, I became successful being in this city.
Okay.
So this is my way of giving back, and then really, create new opportunities, and with the hope that it will create more opportunities for myself. So that's why I'm focusing on the city itself, and the city is now coming back. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, if you asked me the question, story was completely different. Now, Detroit itself has come back. Amazing, cool things happening. The restaurant scene has tremendously improved. The nightlife has tremendously improved. Music, the city is alive. And I think it's the right time we start creating new economic growth and opportunities. And that's why we chose Detroit, and that's why we chose Fintech.
Who are the target audiences that you're looking for to participate in this challenge?
Anybody that wants to focus in the Fintech space,
Okay.
Those would be our target audience. It could be any professional working in those industry, or it could be an entrepreneur that is tinkering around, or it could be graduate students, studying in the colleges that they want to pursue in this area, and then service providers. The whole ecosystem, people who are participating in that would be the target audience.
Are there any limitations about who can participate?
There are no limitations. I think, some of them could be a developer, but again, if you really look at, as a public, everyone touches money, right? Tell me anyone who doesn't touches money.
Yeah.
So everyone has a role to play.
Yeah.
So as a volunteer, so everyone can participate and contribute to this challenge.
Okay, exciting
Yes.
times. Who are the founding members and the sponsors of this wonderful event?
So obviously, this is the first time, right, we are doing it here. So we are getting some good heavy hitters in the marketplace. So TD Ameritrade is one of them.
Okay.
And then we have Ally Bank,
Okay.
AAA, the law firm Varnum, and Independence Bank. And then we have Yantra Technologies and CBW Bank, all participating, and Kyyba Innovations and TechTown are the title sponsors. And so that's what we are putting them together.
Okay. Can you share with us some of the details about the event? Tell us when it is, where it is, what the cost might be, everything that people need to know.
It's happening on April 6th and 7th.
Okay.
Obviously, we have multiple sessions before that, but the actual challenge happens on 6th and 7th at the TechTown campus in the Detroit,
Okay.
in the city itself. It's no cost, it's free. You get free food, we get free booze, we get everything. As long as they develop and hack the thing over there. But that's what is happening.
Where can people go so they can register and participate?
www.detroitfintechchallenge.com.
Okay.
And the website kind of clearly spells out everything.
What do you hope to see this challenge achieve this year specifically?
So what we hope to accomplish this year, Sheena, is that one, that we would have identified that Detroit is the right place to pursue these kind of opportunities. And second, companies have come together, like I listed a lot of those companies, and they will realize that, wow, this isn't something that we should work on. And the entrepreneurs themselves will feel, wow, I don't need to go to Chicago. I can do this stuff in my own backyard. And I think that's what we are planning to realize. And then we are focusing on 3 different areas, like the banking sector,
Oh, okay.
the insurance sector,
Okay.
and then within the insurance itself, we have auto, we have health, and then on the investment and the wealth management. So we are looking at the wider areas of focus. Yeah.
Wonderful. What do you think will make this challenge actually work?
That's a good question. The actual challenge, what will make it work, would be when companies starting to implement the ideas that are coming out of it. It's really what that will make work. And I think the realization that the companies believe that these things are important would make it work. And I can give you a quick example.
Sure.
I don't know how much you know about the founding of Twitter. Twitter was founded in one of these challenges like that.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So there's a company called audio podcasting. Apple came and put them out of business. Audio podcasting, they did an event, much like what we are doing. And one of the challenge statement there was, what now? And that's how Twitter was founded.
Oh my goodness.
And that what now is the 140 characters back then.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so what I'm saying is that only through these kind of challenges, those kind of creative and innovative ideas will come. So I think those are the things that will make this work. So to believe such things can happen is really the key challenge for this challenge.
Wonderful. And looking into the future, do you see this being maybe an annual event? Or
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
I think we want to convert this into not just an event, more like a movement.
Oh, okay.
And then keep doing it year after year. Now we have, 8 founding members or so. Then we double that next year. Year after year, we see more traction, more success stories. Because, as you know, Sheena, not many people are willing to jump on the bandwagon when you start something new. That is so normal, right?
Yeah.
So we have some early adapters and some people ready to jump on the bandwagon. And some people are late adapters, and so we recognize that. So I think year after year we plan to do that. As long as I'm here in this area, I'm going to keep doing it.
As a thought leader, what role do you think Michigan should play in the FinTech Challenge?
As you know, the way we transact money has completely changed. And it's going to continue to rapidly change in the years to come. Now we are talking about cryptocurrency, so on and so forth. Now payments can be sent through email. So I think, with the technology rapidly changing, so the whole thing is going to change. I think Michigan ought to play in that space and carve out opportunities for the city and the state. And I think all the leaders in the region, the companies, the entrepreneurs, everyone has to come together and really seize upon that opportunity that's in front of us. Because the world is changing. The way we transact money has changed forever. There was no Apple.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way. In a good way. And I think we should embrace that. And I think all those age-old processes should disappear, and companies that are irrelevant should be out of business. So the new technologies and new companies. So I see very prospects are so great for FinTech.
Yeah, I
in
love
our
all
region.
the progress,
Yes.
for sure. So tell me a little bit about, there's an investment of $50,000
Yes.
from Kyyba Innovations. Can you share some of the details about what that is?
Yeah, so what that is, Sheena, it's not a price. I just want to make it very clear. It's an investment. So it's called SAFE. It's like simple agreement for future equity. For the companies for one of the company that we believe has the ability to make money. And so we would invest in that company.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. That's very
And
strategic.
$50,000 is a lot of money when you start with.
It really is.
Yes, because I didn't have money,
Yeah.
any money when I started.
Oh, and look at you now.
Yeah,
Yes,
so yeah,
and where
there
we're
you-
going
yeah,
for
th-
sure.
there you go.
Is there anything else in closing you'd like to share about the Detroit FinTech Challenge?
I think this is a great challenge
Yes.
for all of us, not just professional, even any member of the public should be part of that. And I think I call upon all the successful people to come together. And this is not my event, this is not a Techtown event, this is our event, this is our city's event. And I think I request all the public officials to be part of this and really take it up. The mayor, the Chamber of Commerce, the Wayne County, State of Michigan, Michigan Economic Development Corporation, and really come together and really create a new sector that will provide so much of opportunities for our region. And I personally believe only through entrepreneurship we can make a lasting impact for the region.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing this with us. We are excited
All right.
about the challenge, and we appreciate your time.